1:15 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation, edited by Catherine Pereira and read by Geethanjali Ramanayaka. The headlines. The President says steps will be taken to introduce a strong new economic system. It has been proposed to establish a Memorandum of Understanding on cooperation in immigration matters between the Maldives and Sri Lanka. The police say that there is no obstacle to conduct protest campaigns legally. It has been stated that internationally recognized universities. The Election Commission says that the preliminary activities to conduct local government polls next year has commenced. Foreign news, 8th wave of Russian missile attacks. News in detail. President Ranil Wickremesinghe has assured that steps would be taken to introduce a strong new economic system that can face 2050 without implementing economic reforms that offer no solution to the current economic crisis. The economy of the country cannot be built through the old economic system. The main thing is to earn foreign exchange. Therefore, measures have already been taken to introduce a new economic system. He also pointed out the importance of a debt restructuring program to rescue the country from the economic crisis. The discussion held with India on the loan restructuring program was successful. In the course of bilateral relations between Sri Lanka and the Maldives, it has been proposed to establish a Memorandum of Understanding on cooperation in immigration matters between the two countries. Accordingly, the Cabinet of Ministers approved the proposal presented by the Minister of Public Security to enter into a Memorandum of Understanding to improve and strengthen cooperation in immigration matters between the two countries in order to achieve the objective of assisting in frontier control management for mutual benefit, providing mutual facilities for capacity building in HR systems and technology sectors, exchanging training facilities of immigration officials, preventing international crimes such as informal migration, human trafficking, and trading human beings, and promoting cooperation related to the problems of blacklisted travelers. A preliminary bill for the establishment of the Parliamentary Budget Office was presented by the President to the Cabinet meeting, has decided to forward the draft bill to all party leaders in the Parliament and get their opinions in this regard. The police say that there is no obstacle legally to conduct protest campaigns. Protest campaigns should be conducted without harming the general public. If not, legal action will be taken against them. Participating in the Das Desin Hatha program of the SLBC, police media spokesman SSP Nihal Thalduwa said that no room will be allowed for violent activities during the protest campaigns. Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena says that internationally recognized universities will be set up utilizing education as a foreign exchange venture. An intellectual committee will be appointed under the advice of the President. More than 30,000 students migrate for their higher education annually. Therefore, the country is losing more than $3 billion due to this reason. Meanwhile, the minister stated that the railway department will not be privatized. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. A meeting between Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena and the people's activists for free and fair election was held yesterday in parliamentary premises. The discussion was focused on the shortage of the election system, proposed amendment, and to create responsible representatives. Meanwhile, the Election Commission says that the preliminary activities to conduct local government polls next year has commenced. Necessary preparations are underway to establish voting centres, staff and transportation facilities. The Commission also stated the new 7 political parties will be registered. SSP in charge of the Kandy Police Division, Chamil Ratnayaka, says that a special program will be implemented to eradicate drug rackets during the next 2-month period. This program will be implemented according to the guidelines given by the IGP regarding drug eradication. It has been identified that school children and the university students are addicted for the usage of drugs. And that ends local news for now.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
A special Gazette notification has been published, making it compulsory for the public sector employees to retire by the age of 60 years. It was issued by Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena yesterday in his capacity as the Minister of Public Administration, Home Affairs, Provincial Council and Local Government. The compulsory retirement age of government workers will be effective from 1st of January 2023. And that was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Watch Life is brought to you by...
Celebrate Christmas and New Year with lots of CIB discounts. Valuable gifts with bank discounts till 31st of December. Come to CIB today.
Several incidents have been reported from many areas in the island regarding snatching of valuable goods, including cash and gold jewelries from the commuters. It has also been observed that looting incidents are being carried out by some well-organized criminal teams amidst the economic situation in the country. People are requested to be alert in this regard. And that came to you in Watchlight.
Celebrate Christmas and New Year with lots of CIB discounts. Valuable gifts with bank discounts till 31st of December. Come to CIB today.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
We give you the strength to rise higher and higher.
Never step back, but always march forward.
Empowering you to reach greater heights. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
World News headlines. Eighth wave of Russian missile attacks. Candidates make final push for crucial Senate seat. And Emmy-winning Cheers actress dies of cancer at 71. Russia has fired a barrage of missiles at targets across Ukraine for the 8th time in 8 weeks. Significant disruption to the power grid was reported, mainly in the east. In the south, Odessa was without power. Ukraine says 4 people were killed, but the strikes, which came nearly 2 weeks after the last, may have done less damage than on previous occasions. Ukraine says it shot down 60 of the 70 missiles fired by Russia. Moscow says it hit all 17 of its targets. In his video address late on Monday, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said the strikes had also hit electricity supplies in the neighboring Moldova. Georgia's 7 million registered voters will go to the polls for the 5th time in 4 years. That's thanks to a quirk in the state's election law that requires winning candidates for statewide posts in general elections, not just to get more votes than everyone else, but to get 50% of the votes cast. Twice in the past 4 years, candidates from both parties have fallen short of the mark. Hence the need for a runoff election in 2021 for both Georgia's U.S. Senate seats and another one this time around. Actress Kirstie Alley, best known for her role in the comedy series Cheers in the 1980s and 90s, has died of cancer at 71, according to a family statement. And I quote, "We are sad to inform you that our incredible, fierce and loving mother has passed away," unquote, her children wrote. Ali won an Emmy Award for her role as a pub manager on the popular TV series. The native of Wichita, Kansas, has also appeared in the film Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, Drop Dead Gorgeous, and the Look Who's Talking series. The family statement did not specify what cancer she had, but said it was only recently discovered. Back to the headlines of the world news. 8th wave of Russian missile attacks. Candidates make final push for crucial Senate seat. And Emmy-winning Cheers actress dies of cancer at 71.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
Amidst all challenges, we will rally around you and advance.
In the face of hardships, let's stand strong together.
Empowering you to reach greater heights. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
On to development news. 108 houses will be constructed for the low-income families in the Kegol district. The Samudri Development Bank has allocated more than 350 million rupees in this task. A special housing program is being carried out covering all district secretariat divisions in the district. And that was development news. And now let's move on to sports news. Lanka LPL cricket tournament begins today. This is the first T20 cricket tournament being played in the country. 5 teams representing Colombo, Galle, Jaffna, Kandy and Dambulla will compete at the tournament. The captains for these teams have been announced yesterday. Accordingly, Angelo Matthews is the captain of the Colombo team. Tisra Pereira will act as the captain of the Jaffna team. Kuzal Mendes is the captain of the Galle district, and Dasun Shanaka and Wanidu Hasranga will act as the captains of Dambulla and Kandy respectively. Many tourists will watch the tournament. Today's match will be played in Suryavava International Cricket Stadium in Hambantota. And that came to you in sports news.
The fastest way to earn the highest interest, an interest rate of 22% in 4 months. NSB, the safest place for your money.
This was news, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Love Corporation Rubber Company of the group of Love's Company has won the Best Exporters Award at the National Exporters Awards Festival. The company also won the Gold Award for the tyre and appliance sector. The ceremony has been organized by the Sri Lanka National Exporters Board. And that was business news.
This was news, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The fastest way to earn the highest interest, an interest rate of 22% in 4 months. NSB, the safest place for your money.
On to economic news. Notwithstanding a spate of global and local volatilities, the Board of Investments of Sri Lanka has attracted foreign direct investment at record levels, amounting to $713 million in the first 9 months of 2022, which is 71% of the 2022 full-year target of $1 billion. And that was economic news. And now moving on to the weather report. The low-pressure area in the South Andaman Sea and adjoining Southeast Bay of Bengal is very likely to intensify into a depression over Southeast Bay of Bengal by 6th December and move west-northwestwards near northern coast of Sri Lanka. It will intensify further gradually into a cyclonic storm and reach Southwest Bay of Bengal near North Tamil Nadu coast by 8th December. Under the influence of this system, rainy and windy conditions are expected to enhance over the northern, north central and eastern provinces on 7th and 8th December. Several spells of showers are likely in eastern province. Showers or thunder showers may in a few places in the Sabaragamu province and in Hambantota district during the afternoon or night. And that was the weather report. And before we conclude this news broadcast, the headlines once again. The President says steps will be taken to introduce a strong new economic system. It has been proposed to establish a memorandum of understanding on cooperation in immigration matters between the Maldives and Sri Lanka. The police say that there is no obstacle to conduct protest campaigns legally. It has been stated that internationally recognized universities will be set up. The Election Commission says that the preliminary activities to conduct local government polls next year has commenced. On foreign news, 8th wave of Russian missile attacks. And with that, we end this news broadcast from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.